Hello, everyone. I'm SEU Senior VP for Campus Life, Dr. Bethany Thomas, and you're watching SEU Now, which is our weekly update show where we keep you informed and educated on everything happening right now at SEU. And I am so very excited for our episode that we have in store for you today. We'll be hearing from two students from the College of Natural and Health Sciences, Anna Coleman and Joven Joss. Hello, guys.
Hey.
How are you?
Good.
All good.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, I'm excited.
I know, same. I can't wait to get to know you guys both more. And I'm going to be diving in to hear about some incredible research opportunities that you guys have. And I want to make sure everyone listening sticks around to the very end of the show where I will share the top 3 events that you need to know about what's going on at SEU this week. So let's get started. You guys good?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's do this. Why don't you both kick us off by sharing a little bit about yourselves? What's your major? Why did you choose SEU? Anna, we'll start with you, and then we'll go to Joven.
Cool. Awesome. Yeah. So my major is in pure mathematics.
Whoa. Pure mathematics?
I know.
know.
Everyone's always like pure. Is that like
as opposed
not
to
dirty?
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Yeah. So there's 2 different concentrations in math. There's applied and then pure. And so applied is like engineering, things that like kind of apply to life. And I
Wow.
do things that are like a bit more idea based. So I like to prove ideas and things like that in nature and math.
Fascinating.
So that's what I love. And so that's my major. And then I chose SEU because of the spiritual environment. I grew up as a missionary kid in Haiti. And so it was really, really important to me that the place I went to college was a really good, like, transitionary place that I could really, like, feel the Spirit of the Lord everywhere.
Yeah.
And, you know, everywhere from the Jesus Fountain to chapel, it just felt like a perfect place that I could really take some deep breaths and spiritually grow in everywhere.
That's amazing.
In every place. And obviously the College of Natural and Health Sciences was a really strong college.
Yeah.
And so everything about it was just,
Yeah.
I loved.
Who'd
So.
have thought you could go to school to learn pure mathematics and worship Jesus at the
I
same time?
know.
And they go
It
hand
was
in
just
hand.
radical to me.
That is
so.
fascinating. What about you,
Yeah.
Joven?
I'm a biochemistry major with
Okay.
a minor in neuroscience.
Yeah.
Well, I'm an international student. I was born in Kuwait. I'm from India. Choosing a college in America was kind of difficult because
Right.
50 states, a lot of universities.
A lot of opportunities.
Yeah, but I had family down in Florida, and I was just looking through, and I found that I could, spend the 4 years of my life, like the prime 4 years, exploring God and passion and science together. So I was like,
amazing.
that's an interesting thought. So here we are.
Incredible. And you're a sophomore. And Anna, you're a senior.
Yes.
About to graduate.
Yeah, sad face.
16 days.
16
we just
days.
talked about it. Now, Anna, you completed a prestigious research program last summer in Pennsylvania. Can you tell us more about the program and what sort of projects you worked on?
Yeah, it was incredible. So I applied to something called an REU, which is a research experience for undergraduates, and they're really, really competitive. So I applied to multiple my sophomore year and didn't get accepted into any, which was no surprise. They're very hard to get into.
Sure.
And so junior year, when I had a little bit more mathematics under my belt, which was last semester or last summer, I applied and got accepted into Embry-Riddle's in Daytona and one in Pennsylvania called Moravian University. And the one in Pennsylvania was a research area that I was a lot more passionate about, and so I chose that one. And I just am so glad I did. It was the most incredible experience I've had and best decision I've made academically. It was incredible. So basically what it was is I worked with 3 undergraduate students from different colleges. I mean, Carnegie Mellon, just incredible institutions that I was working with, these undergrad students. And then 2 mentors that had PhDs in the field we were researching.
That's cool.
And so they were kind of guiding us in the research. But I mean, the first day of work, they sat us down and said, all right, you are no longer a student, you're our coworker.
Wow.
And we know nothing more about this question than you do. We're just here to guide you. And so I walked in not even knowing that math research was a thing. And I walked out of the 9-week program and ended with 3 papers ready to publish.
Wow.
And it was just the most incredible experience. I learned so much. So it was amazing.
That sounds phenomenal. And how do you think that'll help you in your future?
Yeah, so because it's really competitive, it makes my resume a lot more robust. And so it's really helped me for applications and things.
For grad school.
Yeah, for grad school. So that's really helped. And then I think the biggest takeaway I actually got was that I am obsessed with research. I just love doing it. Yeah. And so that was one of the main reasons I was like, okay, I want to get a PhD. Like, if this is what it's like, absolutely. Like, if it's just asking questions and finding some answers, like, oh yeah, that's what I want to do.
Love that.
So yeah, that was definitely like the biggest thing. I was like, okay, this is fun, and it's not like as nerdy as I thought it was. It's just kind of like exploring ideas. And so once I realized that, I was like, yeah, I definitely want to do this for longer.
That's incredible. And now, Joven, you were selected to participate in a Washington University summer research program. That's really cool. Can you share a bit about what that program includes and what you'll be doing? Is that for this summer?
Yeah, it's this summer.
That's amazing. Tell us all about it.
Yes. So my father underwent a CABG, like an open heart surgery, when I was 12. And that's how I found this passion for medical science and for the heart. You know, you love people from your heart.
Yeah. So. But let's dig into the heart a little bit more. Yeah.
So I really want to explore how cardiology research looks like. And and as an international student, it's very hard to get to med school because not a lot of them accept international student. Okay. So this university was just like one of the universities that I looked upon, and they are very welcoming for international students, and they're huge on research, which I love. I just applied, and I never knew I would get in because it's like only 4 or 5 positions available. Wow. And, you know, I always believe that God leads you to the place that he wants you to be.
Yeah.
I never knew, like, Missouri, like, I don't know all the 50 states. Let me be honest.
That's okay. I never learned the song that everyone learned. Yeah, I get it.
So Missouri was like St. Louis, those cities were like first heard to me, but God just opened up the way, and there we go.
That's amazing. When do you leave? When does it start?
It starts May 28th.
Okay.
Yep, I'm excited.
You have a little bit of time after school to take a break.
Yep.
And then dive into it in May. Now, Joven, you've also been involved with some creation advocacy events and workshops with your faculty advisor, Dr. Melba Horton. Can you tell us a little bit about the work you've done for that?
Yes, sure. It was an amazing experience. Last summer, it was just a random opportunity that we got accepted to this 1-week workshop in Santa Barbara in California. It was on climate change and spreading theological perspective of creation care. Wow. Has, you know, most of the Christians, and even me, like sometimes we just think the earth is like a gift for us, and we tend to misuse it. Yeah. So knowing that we should be good stewards to both God and to the earth that he created was a very interesting thought, and I really loved it. And after that summer, we had this opportunity to conduct a workshop here, spreading that awareness among Lakelanders. And we had this workshop May 30th, last Saturday, couple of Saturdays ago. Yep.
Yeah. It just all runs together, it seems.
Yeah. And it was a fun experience.
Wow.
As a science major, you know, we learn a lot. We have a lot of knowledge on stuff, sciencey stuff, but organizing an event.
That is so funny that you say that. And it just makes me think of how we're so uniquely made. I know we talk a lot about divine design, but like your unique design to do pure math and yours for the sciences, you know, and like mine, I could throw an event all day long. So that's like my niche, but like thinking that everyone, like, I don't know how to do what you do. You don't know how to do what I do. And it's just so cool because it takes the whole body to make it work. So that's incredible. I'm excited. I can't wait to hear about how it goes after the summer. I can't wait to hear about your experience and all that comes from it. So
I'm excited.
I pray it's a really hope-filled experience for you. I think that's really cool. Now, Anna, we talked about graduating.
Yeah.
16 days.
16 days.
What's next for you? You talked about grad school and how it made your resume, you know, more attractive to grad schools. So tell us about, I'm sure you got into a grad school.
I did.
But tell our listeners about it. Will you be continuing your education, and where will that be?
Yeah. Well, I think academically what's next for me, I'm getting married. So that's pretty exciting.
That's amazing.
Yeah, June 29th. But also, who's counting? 80 days.
And then 16 days graduation, 80 days wedding, and then how many days till grad school?
81. So,
wow. So you're getting married and then grad school.
Yeah. It's actually, I think, 89, but it's the day after we get back from our honeymoon. So it's going to be a quick turnaround. But yeah, so I knew that I wanted a PhD. So I applied to 5 PhD programs and 1 master's program.
Okay.
Because the master's program at Wake Forest is really, really strong, thesis-based.
Sure.
And I loved the program, so that's the only master's I applied to. And I currently stand at 3 acceptances for PhD programs at Florida State University, University of Texas, Dallas, and then UCF, all with TA-ships and stipends, which is just amazing.
Yeah.
And then I have like unofficial acceptances from the other 2. They're just waiting for their first round of like decline to like give me the official acceptance, but that's from UF and USF. So
that's amazing.
Waiting from those. And then I was also accepted to Wake Forest's program with an additional summer research program.
Wow.
And so I thought about it for a long time. It was really difficult.
Yeah.
But last Monday, I decided on Wake Forest's program.
Just last Monday?
Yeah, just last Monday.
Wild.
Yeah,
wow.
I know. I just loved their program, and I loved their people so much. They flew me up to go visit, and so I just loved their program. So I decided on that. And I mean, all of them offered me full tuition and full, like, a great stipend. And Wake Forest was the one I decided.
Yeah.
So I loved all the opportunities, but I had to pick one. So yeah, but that's what's next for me academically.
That's so fun.
Yeah.
Now, for both of you, how would you say your degree programs at SEU are preparing you or have prepared you for those sorts of opportunities that you're doing in the summer?
Yeah. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, we'll start with Joven.
Yep. So as a freshman, my first semester, I just asked Dr. Horton, my faculty advisor, I'm interested in research. Do you mind if I just jump in and volunteer? She was like, yeah, go on.
That's amazing.
And that's how I kickstarted my research. And it was been an amazing experience, like with Dr. Horton. I love research, just like you.
Yeah.
And it was just a fun experience the last 2 years with Dr. Horton and with Dr. Salvatore.
Yeah, they're great.
Yeah, and 2 years of research really gave me that insight on what I have to do and what I want to do, what I like to do.
Yeah. Did they help you get into the Washington University program?
Yes.
That's so cool.
They helped me with the letter of recommendation and all of that. I'm just so grateful for all of them.
That's amazing. What about you, Anna?
I think the biggest thing that I found from like the SEU faculty was support. Like that just has been the biggest thing for me. I mean, their recommendation letters and their help throughout the entire application process. And even when I was deciding where I wanted to go, I was able to just kind of sit in their offices and be like, okay, here's what's up.
Yeah.
Like, I'm getting
What do
married
I do?
also.
Yeah.
And they were like,
So, I have all these choices and somewhere in there I have to have a wedding.
They were so helpful and just like really listened and
That's incredible.
provided, which is hard to find in a really good school. And so it was just incredible to find the great academics and the great professors. So
wow. Yeah. You guys are inspiring.
Oh,
I really mean that.
That's
and
so
I think it also just makes it as like I've worked here for a long time, and all our faculty and staff that work here, we work here for students to have opportunities like this. You know, it makes like the hard days, the long days, you know, for students and staff and faculty, it's so worth it seeing that you guys are walking into something that you're so passionate about and that you're born to do. So I don't know, I'm just really excited for you. We are going to wrap up with the last question. Both of you have huge career goals. What do you want to do with what you're doing? Like, what do you want to do with pure math? What do you want to do with yours? Degrees? Like, what's the goals? We'll start with Anna since we started with you last time.
So I obviously want a PhD. So that's my goal after my master's degree. So my current goal is to be a research professor, but honestly, anything that involves research and just continuing that. But it looks different in different places.
Yeah, depending on where you're going.
Yeah, so research professor right now is the goal.
Yeah, that's great. And maybe you'll stay at Wake Forest to do your doctorate?
They don't have a PhD program.
Oh,
that's why
so you
I
had
didn't
to go
apply
someplace
for
else.
it. Yeah,
Yep, that makes sense. Okay.
Yeah. But
what about you, Joven?
Well, I'm in a mixed conundrum right now.
That's okay. You're a sophomore. You can have mixed conundrums.
I really want to go to med school and maybe do an MD PhD route.
Yeah.
I know it's long, but I just love research and that aspect of it.
That's great.
But in the end, honestly, I went for this medical missions conference in Kentucky with Dr. Hudson and Professor Adams, and I just learned the heart for missions and how much it's needed out there. So in the end, I really want to do missions, like
That's
medical
amazing.
missions. Yep.
And you could do both.
Yep.
Easy.
Hopefully.
Yeah, you can. Anything you set your mind to. Well, that's awesome. I've loved having you guys here. I already feel like we're besties. So
Thank you so much for having us.
of course,
Thank
I can't wait to see you
you.
guys. Or you walk across the stage in 16 days.
I do.
And you'll walk across the stage in like 700 and
Yeah,
something days.
something.
I can't do the math. You probably could a lot faster than me. But as promised, we're going to end with the top 3 things going on at SEU right now. The School of Music Jazz Ensemble is set to perform tomorrow, April 11th at 7 p.m. in Bush Chapel. General admission is $5 and tickets for students are only $3. You won't want to miss it. The Jazz Ensemble is incredible. That's tomorrow at 7 p.m. Bush Chapel. Don't miss it. Second is our men and women's tennis teams will be playing the College of Coastal Georgia on Friday, April 12th at 1 p.m. Be sure to head out to the Bierman Family Tennis Complex here in Lakeland to cheer them on. That's Friday at 1. And then third, the College of Natural and Health Sciences. Woohoo!
That's us.
Yeah. We'll be holding their Science and Math Student Symposium this Saturday, April 13th from 9 a.m. to 2:15 in the Science Building. SEU's distinguished professor, Dr. Elaine Thompson, will kick off the event at 9 a.m. with a keynote address, and students will be presenting their research throughout the day. Are you involved in that?
I am, yes.
That's amazing. So that's this Saturday at 9 to 2:15. We guys have a bunch of displays and stuff.
Yeah, I have a poster and then I have my capstone presentation. So.
Oh, that's huge. Congrats already. I'm sure you're going to do phenomenal.
Thank you.
Well, anyways, thank you everyone for joining us. Anna and Joven, it's been a pleasure.
Thanks you.
I really enjoyed getting to know you. Please don't be a stranger when you see us walking around. As usual, keep up with the latest SEU news and updates online and follow us on social media at SEU University and at Bethany T. Thomas. Hope you all have an amazing week, and we look forward to connecting with you all again on SEU Now next week. Take care.